Hey y'all, Rob here with ATX Legal, here with the next part of the Travis County DWI guide for 2023. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the effect of a DWI on your criminal history. Real briefly, we're going to go over the anatomy of a criminal history, and I've gone over this in other videos, but I'm just going to touch on it really quickly. There's three parts to your criminal history. There's the arrest, there's any jail time, and then any conviction. Now, when you've been arrested, you have a pending case. That arrest is already on your record. There's nothing an attorney can do to get it off until later with an expunction, and we'll talk about that. But immediately right off the bat, it will show as a pending case on your criminal history. And that's the same with jail time. If you spent 1 or 2 days in jail, those jail time days will be on your criminal history. There will be no disposition yet because remember, it's still a pending case. That disposition won't happen until the case is concluded. Now, depending on what that disposition is, will determine whether you can get your case expunged, sealed, or if it will be on your record forever. Now, expunged means the record is destroyed. The court literally deletes the records, or they send them to the clerk for the clerk to destroy them. But once the expunction is complete, if everybody has done their job correctly, all of those records are destroyed and it's like the arrest never happened. Now, in order to be eligible for an expunction, your case has to be dismissed. But there are several ways we can get to a dismissal in a DWI case. The first is with, I'll put in quotes, a straight dismissal. If the prosecutor finds that there's a problem with the case and they just dismiss it outright, or maybe you do some classes, I still consider that a straight dismissal as well. But if it's dismissed, then you can expunge it. The second way to do it is with the Class C refile, where you admit to a Class C traffic ticket, you take a conviction on that, you pay the fine, and the DWI is dismissed. Because it's dismissed, you can have it expunged in that case as well. A third way is with obstructing a roadway refile. If you refile it to a Class B misdemeanor, the DWI is again dismissed. And previously, courts found that you couldn't expunge the DWI in this circumstance, but recently a new decision came down that allows that, so you can actually expunge the DWI when you refile to an obstructing. Now, one quick caveat on that, the obstructing a roadway will still be on your record, and a lot of people can look at that and kind of know, because it's a bit of a legal fiction, that you did get arrested for DWI, but the DWI itself will be off your criminal record. The next thing I'm going to talk about is an order of non-disclosure. It's also referred to as sealing the record. This can happen with a deferred adjudication or with certain convictions, and this is rare enough that I'm not going to go into the details, but if you do have a chance to seal your record, it's something you'd want to go over with your attorney. But essentially, when you seal the records are not destroyed like they are with the expunction, but they are sealed from view from the general public. Certain entities like law enforcement, hospitals, schools will still be able to see the records. So they're not completely gone, and they're relatively rare in DWI cases. There's a number of conditions, such as keeping an ignition interlock on your car. It can only be your first offense. There's a laundry list. I'd rather not go into the details. Just talk to your attorney about an order of non-disclosure if that's something that's on the table in your case. And the last case involves any conviction, and this can be probation, whether it's jail time, or if you got a deferred adjudication and then are later revoked, that would count as a conviction. And in these cases, that is going to be on your criminal record forever. It is not like your credit report where after 7 years it will drop off. Under current law, any conviction will stay on your record forever. Now, the laws do change, and there is a movement to allow for some of these records to fall off, and that might change in the future. But as far as Texas law and its current point, if you have that conviction, there's going to be no way for you to get it off in the future. Of course, none of this is legal advice. If you do want legal advice and you want to find out if you're eligible for an expunction, you can give us a call or visit us at atx.legal.